Good day, transitional math class. I know it looks a little bit different. You are now looking at a phone, which may be a little strange, but one thing that I would like to do is give you an option to put a calculator on your phone that will be able to help you with assignments. So in front of you will be a typical iPhone. And with the iPhone or with any other type of phone, there's typically going to be some sort of app store that you can go to. So for an example, I would go to the app store, and what I would do is I would look for a particular phone. What we use in the class is a TI-84 Plus. So I would just simply look for the search of a TI, and there you see 84 Plus calculator free. I would hit that. So TI-84 Plus calculator free. And then the one that I prefer to use for myself, you may see that there's others, you may see that there's different apps to use that may be more beneficial to you, I don't know, but is this graphing calculator X84. Now, what you would do is you would simply download it to your phone. It's free. I've already got it there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the open button, and this is what it's going to bring up for you to see. Okay? I'll go ahead and give it a 5-star for right now, as you can see that. So it's going to bring up your calculator, and this calculator is very similar to the calculator that we would use in class. It actually has several things on here that I'm going to walk you through, so it will help you with some of the buttons. And as time goes on, I may give more tutorials over what to do. Now, one thing that I will show you is right here, this is what the app would look like. So brings up the phone again, like I said. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to bring out a particular area that you may not be familiar with on some of these graphing calculators. And that area will be under the alpha button. The alpha button is that green button on your calculator. In this case, since we're using the app, it's right here. Okay? So I would simply hit that alpha key, hit it again, so this is what it would look like. Alpha, it brings up all these different options for you to choose. I'm not going to go over a lot of options today, but the one option I'm going to look at for sure is this N over D, or N/D is what you would see on your app. When I hit that, notice here at the top, it gives me the ability to type in a fraction in fraction form. And notice here at the top, it gives me all these other options as well, and it stays up there with the N over D, DMS, UN over D, so forth. So for example, maybe I had an answer that was 20, so there's my top number, over, and so what I would do is I would move my cursor down 100. And so maybe I was working a problem, and when I got to the end, it was 20 over 100. But then I looked at my choices, and none of my choices for this particular problem gave me 20 over 100. Well, that's because it was given in simplest form. So I typed in my fraction, I hit the enter button. Notice it gives me 0.2. It will give me the decimal, so it actually will be able to give you that decimal. Now, whoa, we got something about Trump. Who would have thought that? Trump train 2020, how about it? Anyway, so I got 0.2. Well, what if 0.2 is not a choice? Again, to show you, you can write your answer as a fraction, or once you get the decimal, a couple of things you can do is you can go to math, right here to this math button, right underneath the alpha key, and it gives you several options. Right here it's got FRAC, which really stands for fraction, and what it means, it's going to convert the previous answer, that's what the ANS means, answer, to a fraction. So I hit the enter button, and it gives me 1 over 5. So again, I simply typed in 20 over 100, and it showed me that 1 over 5 is the same value by simplifying that fraction. That's just a nice button to know. It's just, again, alpha key, and it brings up all these different options I can use. Another one is this UN over D. Now I typed in UN over D, or I hit that button, and notice now, instead of giving me a fraction form, it gives me a mixed number. So for example, if I needed to type in a mixed number while doing my work, I can type in a 3, move my cursor over. Let's just say it was 2 over 5. I just make sure all of my numbers get placed in the right spot. And you're going to hear me say this quite often, as you've already heard me many times. I'm sure it will come. You need to type it in your calculator exactly the way it looks. So no matter what problem you do, that's what needs to happen. So 3 and 2 over 5. Again, if I just hit the enter button and kind of show you what would happen, it would give me the decimal form of 3.4, which is good. Something else that you could do, again, right here at math, there's your fraction key. So if I want to hit fraction, boom, it gives me 17 over 5. So if I was needing to go from a mixed number to an improper fraction in this case, I could do that. Another place where you can find that fraction key, there's, I've hit that number, didn't mean to, is alpha, and it's got FRAC there. So when I do that, it would just simply give me the fraction. So let me do this, if I may. I'm going to go ahead and retype this 3 and 2 over 5 back into the calculator. And again, I showed you how to hit the enter button. It gave you a decimal, and then I simply went to math, hit fraction, it gave me the fraction form. Well, I can also hit alpha, and I'm at UN over D. If I just hit the fraction button here, it actually will convert it to an improper fraction for me. So I don't necessarily have to hit the enter button to go to 3.4 and then convert that back to a fraction, to 17 over 5. Now, the interesting part is I'm at 17 over 5, and maybe I've worked out a problem that gave me this answer, but all of my choices are in a mixed number form. Well, what I would do, I got 17 over 5, so I'm going to go to alpha. Again, there's my N over D, if I ever need to type in as a fraction. UN over D, which allows me to type in a mixed number. And then I've also got a little arrow pointing towards fraction, which just simply means we're converting anything that's over here, maybe a decimal, maybe it's a mixed number like what we have, and it will convert it to a fraction form. But then we also got here in this middle row an arrow pointing to UN over D. And so what it's going to do is it's going to take my answer, ANS, the 17 over 5, that previous response, and that arrow pointing to the UN over D, it will convert it back to a mixed number. So this is very handy to have on your calculator. But unfortunately, if you're not in class and you may not be able to get a hold of a TI-84, 84 plus, maybe you don't feel like spending $100 on one is suffice for this class. I totally understand. But you can download this free app, and I'm just showing you a couple of things that you could do there to be able to type in your particular questions. Earlier this week, we went over the syllabus, we went over some other things as well, but this is probably one of the most important things that we would need to go over, is understanding how to use this app or use your calculator as well. We definitely would like for everybody to be able to work problems out by hand. That will be key, that will be vital. But then at the same time, I also understand how that may not be the case. On standard 1, Standard 1, when it comes to some of your problems, there may be some fractions that come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in a problem that you might see or you could see in that particular standard. So let's say you had 4 minus, and then all of a sudden it gave you a fraction. So I would hit alpha n over d, and let's say on top in the numerator was 3 minus 6 in that case. Okay, I would then head towards the bottom, and on the bottom maybe it had 5 minus 4. So basically what you see here is what your problem would look like on your piece of paper, maybe on your computer screen or whatever form that you were given to do your work. So I typed in exactly the way it looked, and it gave me 7. Well, that is the correct answer. It will actually help you do it as you type in the problem in exactly the way it looks. And again, you may have other problems later on in other standards in which you're using mixed numbers. So let's say we had alpha, this un over d, and I had 2 3/4, and I was going to add that to another mixed number, so alpha un over d, and let's say that was 3 1/3. So I type in the problem exactly the way it looks. I hit my enter button. Lo and behold, it gives me a decimal form answer. That doesn't cause me any problems. Let's say, for example, that maybe I needed to change that to just a fraction form. Maybe my answer, my response needed to be written in an improper fraction. Well, I hit the fraction, the arrow pointing towards the fraction, and it gives me 73 over 12. Good deal. But maybe there's a multiple choice question in which it does not give me an improper fraction choice. Maybe they're all still mixed numbers. No problem. What I'll do is I'll just simply go to alpha, and again that arrow pointing to the un over d will convert that to my mixed number answer, 6 and 1 over 12. And again, if you weren't for sure how to get from one to the other, if you go to alpha un over d right here, you can type in 2 3/4. It's a nice little handy operation to use. Plus 3, let's try that again. Go back, delete, alpha un over d to make sure I get a mixed number. So 3 1/3. Again, that is the same problem I just did. And maybe I do not want it to go straight to a decimal. Well, I can hit the alpha key, and with the little arrow pointing to un over d, it will actually do that and give my answer in a mixed number form. I can also type in my original problem, and I can do alpha with the arrow pointing towards a fraction to give me the fraction form of that answer without having to constantly change from one to another. So that's the first little tutorial that we're going to do with this particular app that you can download on your phone. It's a good one to use. This, what I just showed you, will help you with any types of fractions and mixed numbers. So if you got any questions, be sure to email me. Have a good day.